Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red this Tuesday morning. And it's a bit chilly out there today. The sun hasn't quite woken up and the cold is actually in the air. Luke chapter 10 and verse 23. Turning to the disciples, he said privately, written in red, "Blessed are the eyes that see the things you see." Jesus had already revealed that it was him who could reveal the Father to whom he so ever wished to reveal. And now he says privately to disciples. So he called them aside. And he does have this special relationship with the disciples. He's very happy to continue to privately invest in their lives because he knows that they will be the ones that carry the message into the future once he leaves the earth. And so it's essential that they have, as it were, insight into the fine details relating to who, what, where, how, and when. And so Jesus is acting as a teacher to the disciples, and he says to them in private, like a private word with you, please. And then he says, "Blessed are your eyes." So the fact that he is invested in them privately is then commending them as a privileged group of people, because he says, "Blessed are your eyes." And the idea of eyes is the ability to see the things that are being said. So eyes are not always only for seeing and saying, okay, I saw something, but we can actually hear something and then come to a place where we see the something that we're hearing. And here Jesus says, blessed, blessed. And the idea of being blessed is to be enriched, to be favored, to be privileged. And there are many types of blessings that God wants to pour out upon us. But in their case, it was the blessing of revelation. They were seeing things and experiencing things that no one else in all of history had ever experienced before. They were privileged to be amongst the 12. Even Judas was there amongst them. And so Jesus is investing himself and the secret things, those things that are not so readily available to everyone. Jesus is prepared to invest them in the disciples. And of course, when Jesus left the earth and he gave the instruction to disciples to go and proclaim everything he had said, well, then they were released and privileged to reveal the information that Jesus has said to them in private. So these kinds of encounters, when Jesus said to them, took them aside privately. Well, once Jesus has given them the instructions as it relates to his ascension, he then says, go into all the world and proclaim everything that I have taught you, I have revealed to you, everything you have seen and heard from me. So the disciples were released to give the reality of those things that Jesus had privileged them to be aware of. Wonderful. And it continues tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.